Hey crypto family, so I got another exciting video for y'all today. So if you remember the last video I talked about Dogechain and it basically kept pumping after my video and now it's taking a breather around the 0.0032 cent mark. But now there's another coin I've been looking at and it's Hermes protocol. Now right now the Metis ecosystem and Arbitrum ecosystem have been pumping a lot, mainly because Arbitrum Nitro is coming out August 31st, but Metis ecosystem has been pumping as well, and I'm going to show you why. I believe Hermes, Maya, and a couple other Metis tokens will be pumping in the future. Now, again, I did mention this coin in my Discord. I mentioned it over here at 11.2 cents, and you can see it is already at 12.7 cents. So up almost 15% from there. So if you haven't joined the Discord, definitely join it. Pin in the comments and the description below. But really quick to go over why I'm bullish on Hermes. A couple reasons here. So if you haven't followed this guy at Crypto Yield Info, he has a lot of good info. Unfortunately, he's protected, but if you're already following him, definitely check out his tweets. He has some pretty good stuff. And he posted about Maya and Hermes nano caps, and he said Maya moved to real yield, ETH Metis USDC next week, and capped zero inflation. Hermes will be the curvenancing Uni V3 after expanding out to Arbitrum and beyond Omnichain. Metis incentives soon on Hermes. Replay of Velo 10xing in July. Now, what he's talking about, Velo here, is Velodrome, which launched on Optimism Network. And you can see here in July, it had that huge pump. So it went from basically 0.006 all the way up to a high of 10 cents. Now, that was an insane run that it had in just a month alone. And a lot of people on Twitter are starting to talk about Hermes and how it could have a similar run as that, which again, we'll go and look at the market caps as well, but basically we'll say Hermes would be near the 50 to 70 cent mark. So basically I'm gonna go over this thread here by Small Cap Science, and he posts some good plays as well. So if you aren't following him, he's very, very good on microcaps. But he said, Hermes is a high conviction play for me, and this was 2 days ago. He said, solidly fork on Metis plus Arbitrum soon, which is huge. Why I mentioned Arbitrum Nitro as well. Gonna be a lot of eyes on the Arbitrum ecosystem soon. Multiple protocols aggregating, locking, proposing for millions of dollars in grants, incoming supply crunch, and could soon become the leading liquidity hub on Metis. And he basically breaks it down. He says basically there's a lot of people bullish on Hermes and Maya, especially Crypto Yield Info. And then scrolling down, Hermes V2 is actually going to release. I believe it's going to release towards the end of Q3, beginning of Q4, which I believe beginning of October in a September timeframe there. And it says the goal is to launch in late Q3 or early Q4 on Arbitrum. This means not only will they benefit massively from ongoing Metis Marathon, which is the grants, but with Arbitrum Nitro rumors swirling about an RB airdrop, they could benefit from both narratives. Now, two things here. The RB airdrop, I talked about it in my last video about Dogechain token. I included the RB airdrop info. If you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check it out. But basically also talking about Hermes real quick, we do have a nice trend line break here on the 4 hour. So you see the 4 hour, I drew a trend line and we have broken that to the upside. Now the RSI still has room to run to the upside. But again, if you go on the hourly, we could have a bearish divergence here on the RSI. So keep that in mind. We could pull back. So look to buy around 10 cents. If it does pull back from there, that wouldn't be a bad level. So just real quick TA levels, and then 15 cents could be some resistance as well as 17 cents. Now, continuing on, again, I mentioned Hermes V2 is releasing soon, right? Scrolling down as well, again, he mentioned Velo, so Velodrome, which is also a solidly fork on Optimism, reached 70 million circulating market cap with a somewhat similar model and Optimism incentives. Hermes would be $3 and is 35x away from levels of Velodrome reached at peak, while also having upcoming chain incentives. So this is because Hermes is only 2.9 million market cap, which is crazy, right? Still a very, very low cap coin. Still has to gain some traction, but it is possible. Now, I wouldn't be looking at this $3 mark. I would look realistically. I would look maybe double from its high, so maybe 34, 35 cents. I would say maybe a 3x from here would be more realistic over the next month or two. But again, you always got to keep those numbers in mind and always think logically and cut your stops accordingly. And also he talks about a burning mechanism. So there's also going to be a burning mechanism of Hermes, currently 24 million in circulation, which is a few million down from this month. With only 750K Hermes emissions weekly, supply has often been locked at a higher rate than emitted supply. So you can see the weekly emissions, 768, circulating supply only 23.8 million. and the locked ratio and basically the growth of the APR that is going on with that 37%. So people are choosing to lock their tokens longer term. Now scrolling down, talks about a supply crunch. Okay, so basically it talks about the proposal of locking your tokens, basically saying via bribes, token locking, as well as, you know, there's different governance proposals that are sent to the Metis team for reviews. So there's a lot of benefits to locking your tokens in addition to the APR. But right now he's basically saying how the whole Metis ecosystem, along with Hermes, Maya, and even a couple other tokens are doing very well. Even Hum, the HERMES protocol as well for Metis. So this is something I want to bring to everyone's attention. Again, it's not just Hermes. There's a lot of other Metis tokens as well as the Arbitrum tokens, because Arbitrum Nitro, basically long story short, Arbitrum Nitro is expected to undergo a major upgrade. August 31st, it's going to be down for a couple hours. It's scheduled for 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on August 31st. But basically what its goal is decongesting and reducing transaction fees on the Ethereum network. Okay, it's aggregating batches of transactions from Ethereum smart contracts and dApps off-chain before submitting them to the Ethereum network. So Arbitrum Nitro is going to be really good. Again, Arbitrum coins have been doing really good as well. So you can see here 24 hours, they're up a ton. DopeX is up 18%, Cap 19%, Premia 15%, etc. But Hermes has been doing very well, and just one of the ones I want to bring to your attention because this thread was really good. So again, if you aren't following this guy, Small Cap Science, really good, as well as Crypto Yield Info. If you are following him, since his account is locked, go ahead and check it out there. But again, join the Discord if you haven't, and please like the video if you haven't. I really appreciate it. Try to share the best info I can for free. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, thanks for watching.